Yeah, RISSB plays a very important role as it's the accredited organisation for the development of the rail standards, the codes of practices and guidelines for Australia and New Zealand.
So our role in RISSB was to work with all the stakeholders to seek to develop common standards and operating systems.
The role that RISSB plays is to try and create a standard that is meaningful enough so that all players from industry, whether it's freight, passenger services, heavy rail, light rail, can all use valuably to improve the safety of their operations.
I think the key for RISSB is really to herd the cats, bring the people together and try and get that common outcome.
RISSB also has an important role with the products that it has, because it's not just standards. They have guidelines, they have a lot of useful information, particularly for new rail operators.
Harmonisation, I think that's the important word in all of this. Harmonising the rail industry in terms of common standards, codes, rules, etc. Is very important because it enables interoperability, greater interoperability between railways.
RISSB plays a really important role in connecting with industry people and with governments. RISSB do a lot of work with experts across departments in government agencies.
RISSB has a couple of major, really quite important roles in the rail industry in Australia. One of those is the standards role. The second one is about education, and it's about bringing together people from across the sector and providing them with some basic rail education.
They're about driving harmonisation. That's one of the real benefits I see for the rail industry from the regulator's perspective, is that they drive safety improvements across the industry.
In the safety model that we have, you need to have some independent view on behalf of the industry of safety. I think that's been as crystal clear from day one, and I think that's why RISSB enjoys the support it enjoys.
RISSB plays a really important role to bring industry together, and Sydney Trains, as a rolling stock operator, as a RIM, and also as a train controller, we have a lot to do with RISSB.
They've given us a really good platform for knowledge sharing and are working towards harmonisation between the rail operators and the rail infrastructure managers, and we've done a pretty good job of improving safety and reliability in the industry.
Our focus was to promote interoperability across the national network of railways. This would drive efficiencies and reduce costs, and as a result, rail could better compete with road industry and particularly improve national productivity.
The benefit and the value is based on being able to bring industry together and almost act as the industry facilitator of good outcome.
The national networking, getting people together across the country that are largely dealing with similar issues, I think is probably one of the biggest benefits that they bring.
Coordination and work between RISSB, some of the earlier work done with the rail CRC and research and support into level crossings has been critical, and RISSB's been at the front in helping with that.
RISSB remains a force for good within the Australian Railways, simply because of the harmonisation and interoperability effects it delivers to its members, both now, in the past, now, and more importantly into the future.
I think RISSB provides a real benefit in connecting up the members and the broader industry into government, and there's so much work to be done to support rail to have a bigger role in this country.
I think the main benefit that RISSB provides to its members are those standards. By bringing together industry and government and being able to think about how can we do stuff across the industry in a common way.
In terms of the wider industry, the risk model, the ARM model that they've developed over the years, that's definitely contributed to industry as a whole better understanding their risks. And that's one of the real benefits that I think RISSB's delivered over the last few years for industry.
I think it does provide innovation whenever people are prepared to share their ideas, so that we're improving the system all the time.
RISSB helps to bring the rail industry together, so that's really the biggest value add. Whether that's around safety, whether it's productivity or efficiency, or whether it's about bringing new innovation into rail operators.
RISSB can support the industry through continuing to develop and update standards that meet the growing need and transition to new technology.
It needs to continue with its remit of engaging with industry members, promoting collaboration, settling common standards and systems, and finally to continue to work with the National Rail Safety Regulator on all of those issues so that we do get a national approach to railways.
The Horizons program, it sort of harnesses the best of young talent to try and solve the problems of the future, which is a fantastic thing to do, and really bring the best of industry out of our young talent. So you're nursing the pipeline of the future.
We really need an organisation like RISSB to be brave enough as well to bring in some new thinking and test those environments within the rail industry.
Keep doing what you're doing. RISSB has an important role in maintaining what you're doing and growing that.
Harmonisation and interoperability is very important, and I think that if RISSB continues doing the good work it's doing now, then I think the railways are going to be pretty well shaped for the future.
Well, I think there's a role to really step up in rail and do more to get broader benefits from the investments that are happening right now and get the industry as strong and connected as possible.
I think this is a great time for us. We are now in a sort of sunshine period where we've got ministers, we've got governments around the country who really care about rail interoperability and harmonisation. For a body like RISSB, that's this is potentially a golden era.
I think there's a role for RISSB in the AI space and big data world. I think RISSB's got a role to play in sort of working through that and helping all of industry how they're going to take advantage of the situation that's emerging.
RISSB's pursuit of interoperability and common standards is really the most important thing.
I think the biggest single opportunity of RISSB is really to help the industry come together, and as we're transforming and as we're investing in new technology, ensuring that we're working with each other